What is up, guys? Sonduren Fanarredha here. Today I'm going to be doing a full review on Thinkware's newest dash cam, the Q800Pro. Here is the Q800Pro, Thinkware's latest and greatest flagship. 1440p front Sony XMR sensor, Umbrella A12 CPU, 140 degree wide angle recording, which is really going to make sure it captures all kind of the peripheral vision that's going to be really important in a dash cam. Built-in GPS, Wi-Fi hotspot connectivity for your phone, either Android or iOS. G sensor, so it's actually going to be able to impact or detect impacts, and that's going to start the buffered recording, which I'm going to talk about. Comes with a 32GB SD card. It really came with everything that you need to make the installation super easy, and I'll talk about that in a bit. And I also got the parking kit, which is going to hardwire into the fuse box of my Lexus IS350, going to enable that parking mode feature, which is actually the most critical feature for me, is the buffered parking. It's got motion detection, incident impact detection, and also time-lapse recording as well, with their new energy-saving parking mode recording. So I'm looking forward to trying all this out. Parking mode recording is extremely important for me. Really excited about that. But lots of other great features too in terms of safety on the road. Lane departure warning. It'll detect if there's red light cameras up ahead and warn you. Time-lapse recording. Super Night Vision 2.0, which is going to allow you to see a lot more clearly at nighttime, be able to pick up those license plates or those signs. So I'm really looking forward to really using this camera. I'm going to be connecting it on my Android device as a test as well. And really, I'm excited to get on the road with this, see how the actual image quality is when we're coming out of this camera, and check out all the features and how easy it is to use and set up. Because we are installing this camera with the parking mode, we are not using the included power that goes right to the cigarette lighter. What we're going to be doing is actually using the parking mode adapter, wiring it all the way down to the fuse box here, and doing a hardwire installation. This is going to allow one of the main features of the Q800Pro, which I'm going to talk to you about, is the parking mode. And that's what really excites me about this camera, is that parking mode feature, along with the 1440p front camera. But this looks good. I'm happy with how this is. What we're going to do is now get that cabling and wiring and install it up in here. Now, there are some products that I've gone ahead and purchased that makes this installation super easy. I'm going to list those products down in the description box below. A few of them are fuse taps, which you will need based on your car, depending on what fuse you have. You're going to have to investigate what fuse do you have, if it's a mini or if it's a standard fuse. You're going to need fuse taps as one. The other thing is a pair of crimpers. So this is to actually attach the parking mode cabling that they give with the dash cam to the fuse taps to make it super easy and efficient. And then you're going to have here a little fuse tester. And this is just essentially going to check which fuses are the always on fuses, even when the car is off, and which fuses are on only when the ignition is turned on. Installing the Q800Pro is very easy. Thinkware has the manual that's inside the box, but also an online video on YouTube, which I will link in the description box down below, that's really detailed, goes step by step in the installation process. Highly recommend, if you buy that camera, watch that video. Now let's dive into the full review, starting with video quality. Undoubtedly, one of the biggest features on the Q800Pro is that 2K front-facing Sony XMR Starvis image sensor. This is going to make a huge difference in terms of video quality over your standard 1080p transmission on a dash cam. You're going to be able to pick up license plates much easier, especially in motion, with that extra resolution that the 2K camera provides. So that's a big thing right off the bat. Then you have a 140 degree wide angle view. As you can see from this video, you're capturing a lot of stuff, not just that's directly inside a view on the car, but a little bit to the sides on the left and right, which is going to help a lot as well. Specifically, if people are coming up for you on the sides and something happens, you're going to be able to capture that detail at a higher level of detail with the 2K recording to actually capture that important information. If there's a license plate there or anything else that could be helped in terms of if you get in an accident, you have some video evidence. But video quality is very good. You look at the screens here that I'm showing you, you can see I'm capturing a lot of detail around me. Lots of detail on the edges. I can see license plates of cars driving by. I can see the license plates that are people in front of me, maybe 20, 30, 40 feet in motion. I'm really impressed with this, especially when you're looking at the daytime footage being crisp and clear. To summarize the daytime footage, it's very impressive. The 2K camera adds a lot of that resolution that's needed to capture that license plate information. But I'm really excited to show you the nighttime performance. Here's Super Night Vision 2.0 on the Q800Pro. This is very impressive. It just rained. It is dark, very dark outside. We're on the highway driving. But this is going to be a lot clearer, and the sensor is a lot more sensitive in this low light mode, and you're actually getting a much better image compared to other dash cams on the market. Obviously the 2K resolution is helping here as well, but they're doing a lot of stuff in the background in the software and with the hardware and the sensor to actually go ahead and pick up that low light performance to a level that's much better to use. One of the things I tell people all the time is that the night vision mode recording is actually very, very important, because a lot of the times when you're parking your car or you're leaving it somewhere, typically some bad stuff happens at nighttime, and you want your camera to be able to capture those things effectively. It doesn't matter if your resolution is 2K or 4K, but if you don't have a good enough sensor to capture and record in low light, it's going to be useless anyway. So the fact that this camera is doing a great job capturing at low light or at pitch black, and we're able to discern a lot of the details here driving on the highway, for example, I think this is very impressive. And again, this is with rain again everywhere on the windshield, which is causing a little bit of blooming with the lighting. I'm really impressed with it. I think this is great video footage, especially if you're going ahead and you're buying a dash cam. You want something that has the ability to not only capture quality video during the day, but also capture quality video during night. Now let's talk about parking mode. The most impressive feature for this camera for me is the buffered recording through impact or motion detection. It has a lot of other features too, the super power saving mode and also the time-lapse recording mode, but I really wanted that buffered recording mode, and that's what's super impressive about this camera. In this example I show you guys, I come into my car, I open the door and I slam it. Then you hear an actual audible bing from the camera saying, okay, it's detected an impact. It's already pre-recorded in the buffered mode, all the stuff that's happening preceding to the impact, and then everything afterwards. So I'll show you that right now. So that's phenomenal. You have the protection from the impact recording in terms of buffered parking mode, but also the motion recording. So you can decide what is more important to you. Do you want a motion detection buffered recording mode, or do you want an impact detection buffered recording mode? In my case, everywhere where I park my car, there's so much movement, there's so much motion happening around, I'm using the impact detection. But if you're parking somewhere maybe kind of far away, or there's not much action going on, or maybe the motion isn't an issue, you can go into motion detection buffered parking mode, and this is going to allow you, anytime there's anything that's happening around your car, you know your camera is going to be recording, it's going to capture anything that could possibly happen to your car. These are the two most impressive features for this camera, and in my opinion, this is why I bought the dash cam. This is why I want a dash cam, is to protect the car from when I'm not there to protect it myself. At least have somebody there watching over it like a hawk, like I would be doing. So I'm really happy with the parking modes. I've been playing around with them both in terms of the sensitivity, in terms of what I like with the motion or the incident recording. For me, it was the incident or impact detection that I went with for the buffered recording, and this is the most important feature. I'm really happy with this. So one of the most user-friendly things about this dash cam is the app. So I'm here on my Samsung Galaxy S10, available for Android, and here it is, the Thinkware application, Thinkware dash cam. So all you have to do, the camera is again connected to Wi-Fi, connect to the Wi-Fi network. So in this case here, if I pull down, I am connected to Thinkware_DE. There's a default password of 1 to 9. You enter that in, you can change the password, but go back on the app. And this is the app. So from here, you control a lot of the things here. And I'm going to talk about some of those things right now. Number one is this feature, Live View. So here, you're going to use Live View to actually set up the camera to make sure that it's in line with everything. So I've already set this up, and you can see from my screen here right now, it is in line with the front leading edge of the hood, and we're aligned to the center of the hood with the blue line. So everything's good here, but that's really neat that you can go ahead and ensure that you have the proper camera positioning. Now, if we go to dash cam settings, this is where you're going to be able to control a lot of those advanced features within the dash cam for the Thinkware product. So into memory card settings, you have how you're going to actually have the memory overridden. So right now it's on continuous priority, which means it's going to actually prioritize not saving over the continuous file footage, which actually I'm going to go ahead and change to parking priority, because that's where I actually want to make sure that doesn't get overridden in the event something happens when I come back to the car. Here you're able to go ahead and format stuff, and for the overwrite videos, decide what videos do have permission to be overridden. So we go back here out of dash cam settings into camera settings. So into the camera settings here, I've left everything on mid, and I do not have the rear camera in terms of brightness. So in my testing, I did test bright, because I thought it would come out too dark for the footage at nighttime, but because of the Super Dark 2.0, we're able to see much better in terms of low light performance. So I left everything kind of stock here. Record settings. So here you're gonna be able to talk about, there's that Super Night Vision 2.0. You're gonna talk about how sensitive do you want the recording and features to be. So specifically, when you look at impact sensitivity in parking mode, how sensitive do you want this to be? Right now I have it at mid. So just for an example, if I go to my hood and I press down on it, it's gonna detect that, and I want that. I want it to be as sensitive as possible, to the degree where any kind of little nicks or rubs on my car, it's going to be captured. So in this case here, I've left it at mid. I could go higher in terms of impact sensitivity to high and highest, but I'm trying out mid, and I can try out high and highest possibly later on, but I'm having success with mid. Same thing for motion detection sensitivity. This is going to be really important. I'm parked right now in probably an area that a lot of cars pass by, so maybe I want to reduce this or decide how I want to park, but this is going to capture any cars that basically go by. The motion detection is really good on this. Then here's all your battery protection features. This does have battery protection. I have it enabled for 12 volts, and you can go wintertime battery protection. So a lot of cool stuff there inside of the record settings. Road safety settings, so the safety cameras, the mobile alert zone, the vehicle type, the advanced lane departure warning is here. The forward front collision warning systems here. I have these disabled. I've been tinkering with them on and off. For example, I've been using the safety cameras, and that's enabled, and that's really helpful. But because my car has some of these features, I decided to disable them. But really cool, if your car doesn't have it, that you have these additional safety features here with the camera. Back out of there, and we go into system settings. So here are some of the basic system settings. The volume is one thing, the security LED is another. One thing here I'll also note for you guys is that it does record audio, so voice recording is enabled. But the other thing is that every time you turn on the car, it's going to do its spiel, and it's going to say, you know, the typical startup stuff, connect to the Wi-Fi, all this. There's no way to disable that, unfortunately. What you can do is lower the volume to 0, 1, or 2, or 3. In this case, I still want to hear about those incidents that happened when you get in the car. So that's a cool thing. I get in my car and it tells me, hey, was there any motion detected since I last left? Was there an impact detected since I last left? And it'll tell me that, give me a little update, and I like that, but I put it at setting 1. So here you'll be able to see all the videos that are actually happening in the car, in the dash cam, that are saved from continuous incident recording, motion detection, parking, manual recording, and downloaded videos. So in this case here, if I want to go to parking incidents, it's going to say, hey, these are some incidents that happened while you were parked, when you were away, and I can click this, for example. So this is the app. It's pretty good. I like it. The one thing I will say on my Galaxy S10 Plus is that I do have to go into airplane mode before I connect to the Wi-Fi on the camera to access the features. I've tried a bunch of troubleshooting stuff that Thinkware has posted, but I haven't been successful. A little bit of annoyance. I hope it's fixed with a firmware update. I'm already kind of sent an email to Thinkware about it. But other than that, this app does everything that you would need it to do for a dashcam application. All the settings, all the files, the live view. Really good experience overall. Quick bug. Hopefully they fix it in a firmware update, but I'm really happy here with the application.
So there you have it, guys. That is my full review of Thinkware's latest flagship dashcam, the Q800Pro. I'm really happy with it. The image quality is outstanding. The Super Night Vision 2.0, the 1440p 2K front-facing Sony XMR sensor. It all looks phenomenal. It's in a great package. It was super easy to install. So please make sure, if you guys like this video, give it a like. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, guys. Lots more videos coming out. I'm really excited in 2019. I want to thank you guys all. Over 17,000 subscribers. That's a huge accomplishment in all fronts. So I'm super thankful. I'm super happy that you guys are loving the content. Again, if you have any questions on the install, any questions on the dashcam, leave them down in the comment box down below. And remember, all the links to the materials that you'll need, the products that you'll need for the install, plus the installation video from Thinkware are linked in the description box below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure you guys are riding and driving safe.